Richician.
Hey YouTube, Richician84 here, and welcome to Q&A number 184. We're getting closer and closer to 200. But for now, let's kick this episode off, and kick it off with 3 questions from Gunner, consistently getting in there first. 1. What is the dumbest question you ever got? I can't actually think of a really dumb one I got for the Q&A series per se, but there was one that I thought was dumb, which I got like a couple of years before I even started doing Q&As. There was someone who asked me, can you use super polymerization to go into Evil Hero Dark Gaia? I can't remember what my response was exactly, but I was like, no, of course you can't. I just thought it was dumb purely because, well, it does say on Dark Gaia that it must be special summoned through Dark Fusion. Obviously now that we have Supreme King's Castle, it can be done now. I believe you can use any fusion spell to get the Evil Hero fusions out, but back then, it was like, no, of course you bloody can't summon Dark Gaia off Super Poly. Can't think of anything specifically for my Q&A, although I also tend to get ruling questions, which should be very easy to figure out for themselves, if you know what I mean. I would make an example, but I can't think of one right now. 2. What are you most afraid of? Death, high places, or the sea? Or space, sorry. I don't know. I feel like it's a toss-up between death and high places. Space, well, I don't have to worry about really, because I highly doubt I'll ever go to space. As for the sea, it would be a bit scary if I was on a boat and it was going down, but I think as long as I'm either on a lifeboat or in a rubber ring, then I'm not too... I probably wouldn't be overly worried, even though it would still be a scary situation. But yeah, I've always been fearful of death, really. Well, as for high places, well, it depends where this high place is. If I'm on top of a hill, then that's not so bad. Or if I'm in a tall building, just looking out at a big view, then that wouldn't be so bad. I guess it would be something like being on a plane or the Eiffel Tower. I was in Paris in 2009, and I did go all the way to the top of the Eiffel Tower, just being in the lift was pretty nerve-wracking, I have to say, because it's just, well, the tower is just so tall, and would be scary if something went wrong. It was nerve-wracking being at the top. It was an amazing view of Paris, but at the same time it was a bit scary. But no, I don't know. It's definitely a toss-up between death and high places. Then again, it does depend on which high place it is. And 3, was there a deck over time that you would say, glad I didn't build this one? To be honest, I don't think there was. Actually, no. Maybe there was one. Tellarknights. Back when they were seeing more play, I thought about making them myself, not because they were meta, but because, well, it's another warrior-based deck, and it's full of knights, and I'm quite keen on knights, just like Cyber Knight. But I decided against it. I guess I just couldn't be bothered, really. I guess it would have been kind of expensive and hard to build at the time, even though it wouldn't have been much of an issue for me back then. But I think I'm glad I didn't, because I guess it was something that not a lot of people liked playing against anyway. And then, of course, I developed a deep hatred of them after that one battle royale where Brian screwed us over with Trevor and anti-spell fragrance. Hence the Trevor loop. Every one of his turns he'd find a way to make Trevor bounce everything back to hand, and then on the next turn activate anti-spell fragrance. And the rest of us just couldn't do shit. And even if we could, Stellar Nova Alpha just stopped us, and I've just hated them ever since. So yeah, that made me glad I didn't build them. Of course, I did nerf them in Richician format, of course, by limiting Trevor and Stellar Nova Alpha, as well as ban anti-spell fragrance. I mean, yeah, there's not enough words to describe how much I fucking hate anti-spell. It's such a bullshit floodgate that, in my personal opinion, should have been banned a long time ago. I mean, yeah, it's limited now, like in current format, but I don't know if it really makes much of a difference. Yeah, I guess that answers that question. And the last 2 questions are from Dark Magic Couple 1985. 1. The theme song to this show from the late 90s called Animorphs that I sent in one of our group chats. Does it literally sound like a Yu-Gi-Oh theme to you? I personally think this could have been something that could have been used for GX Season 4 as an opening theme due to mentioning about the darkness. Yes, I think it does sound like a Yu-Gi-Oh theme, most definitely. Although that made me think more of the later series, like Arc 5 or Zexal. Yeah, I'd have to agree with you on that one. And 2, with Masked Heroes potentially getting some main deck monsters, what else do you think the deck could use to make it a pure Masked Hero deck? I have absolutely no idea, because I've already mentioned about some the missing fusions that masked heroes don't have, like a level 6 light and a level 6 earth. I mean, main deck monsters is all I can think of, really. Then again, they could do with their own searcher. Yeah, that's not Stratos or Shadow Mist. Yeah, other than that, I can't think of anything else they need. But yeah, should be interesting to see what main deck monsters we get. I know Dusk Crow is going to be one, I think. Yeah, that's it really. Anyway, that's going to do it for questions in this episode. Thanks a lot for your guys' questions, very cool ones as always. And if you've got any other questions you want to ask me, post them in the comments section down below. And remember, I do these episodes every Wednesday afternoon or evening, UK time, so be sure to get a question before then so that you don't miss out. Thanks again, stay safe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye. Thank you very much for watching. Be sure to subscribe to the Richician YouTube channel.